All right. So here's MTS.
Did you take attendance?
No. MTS Algebra 2, ALG2, right? And then
Oh, you froze it.
what do we have? Yeah, we can't. Sorry, we're using that. Help use the other one. MTS ALG2. HW 1.3 questions, and this will be 9 through 13. Okay? And for number 9, they give you a graph, as we can see on the not smart board. And the graph is basically this one. Okay? And they're telling you they want a vertical translation 2 units down. Alright? So if you did that, you would go 1, 2, right? Right? And we know that the slope is up 1 over 2, so we'd go from here to up 1 over 2, right? And we just make this graph, and that's pretty easy, right? 2 vertical units down, okay? Now, what are we going to do to the function, right? So they want to know what's the rule for the function. And the function, we're going to take whatever f of x is, g of x is going to equal f of x. Now remember, units down is going to be minus, so f of x minus 2. Okay, so whatever f of x was is going to become f of x minus 2. Now in this case, I could look at it and go, well, geez, f of x is really negative 2, right? That's what b is. And the slope is up 1 over 2, so the slope is 1/2. Up 1 over 2. So I know that f of x is this. Okay? And we're not asking you to be able to do this, but you should be able to. So practice this. Okay? You have to be able to look at this by the end of this year and know what this equation is, just by looking at the line. So I'm looking at this line and I'm going, okay, yeah, that's at negative 2, right? B. And what is my slope? My rise over run. My rise is 1, my run is 2. Okay, and that's where the 1/2 comes from. Once I know this, then I can change this, right? I can take this 1/2 x minus 2 and take minus 2, and then did I mess up? There we go. So that's what I got to do every time. I can do it, just sometimes. Okay. Perfect.
Thank you, Lawrence.
Thank you very, very much. Yeah. Okay. So now we got a smart board again.
Let's all remember what just happened.
Exactly. It's the box. It's the black
The real
box.
question is, what's Harry Potter going to look like on that thing?
And so, it's going to be awesome. And so, now I know that my g of x should be 1/2 x minus 4. And that's my new g of x. Okay? All they're asking you for on this homework is this. That's all they're asking you for. We're taking the function, and it's the function, f of x, minus 2. Okay? Here, they're saying, okay, I got a vertical stretch. What do we do with the vertical stretch? Vertical. Vertical. Come on. Vertical. F of x. Okay? So I know that this is f of x. Stretch. Multiply. By 1.2. And so all I'm doing is taking these f of x functions, this is an easy one. I'm taking these f of x functions and I'm coming up with the g of x function, and I'm taking 1.2 times the f of x. 1.2 times 0, that's still 0. Right? 1.2 times negative 2, right, is going to give me what? Negative 2.4, right? So 1.2 times negative 2, and you do that on calc. do it in your head, one or the other. Okay, 4 times, or negative 4 times 1.2 would be 4.8, right? Negative. Okay, it's easy, done. It's all it's asking you to do. Okay, I'm taking this function and multiplying it by 1.2. Okay? And on 13, now this is our function. This is a little bit, for some reason, this throws students. Sometimes they're able to do this one a little easier for some reason. I would think this one's harder because it's got more pieces. But when it's just the x, they're like, okay, I don't know what to do, but it's just do what it tells you to do. Horizontal stretch. What's horizontal mean? X opposite. Very good. X OPP. What's stretch? Multiply. By a factor of 2.75. Right? Now, what does that mean? What's the opposite of multiplying? Dividing. So I could say that this is basically just x divided by 2.75. And I'm cool with that. If you want to do that, that's fine. If you want to change 2.75 into 2 3/4, right? Or if you want to change it, I mean, a better way would be, what's 2 3/4, right? 2 3/4, that's 2 and 7.75, right? And then 4 times 2 is 8, plus 3 is 11. So this is really 11/4, right? So when I multiply, when I divide by that, I'm going to flip and multiply. So that would be the same as 4/11, right? Times x. Either one's okay with me. Okay? Either one, but you should be able to do both. But either one's okay with me. What I'm saying is on the EOC or the Smarter Balance test, it might not be okay for you. They might have this answer and not this one. You see what I'm saying? You gotta be able to find both. Horizontal. What does horizontal mean? X opposite. Okay? Shift. Nope. Shift. Add. Okay? And then 1 unit left. What's left? Minus 1. What's a plus minus mean? Minus. So x opposite minus 1. What's opposite of minus 1? Plus. So x plus 1. So what we're doing here is we're taking that f of x, creating a g of x, where it equals this. So remember, we do a space, parentheses, space, x, space, parentheses, put our exponent there, and then leave a space, we put whatever is out there, if they have something out there, right? And now we put in our stuff, okay? So I could go 4/11, right? Because that's against the x, yeah? And plus 1, because that's against the x. So that's inside the box. See how that one was inside the box, right? Because it's against the x. Right? So, and that's it. Now, how else could it have looked? Well, it could have looked like this. G of x could have easily have been x over 2.75, right? Divided by. Yeah. And then plus 1. Okay? Could have looked that way. Either way works for me. Know how to get to either way. Does that make sense? Questions?
How did we do the 4/11 one?
The 4/11 one?
Yeah.
Remember, I said 2 3/4, right? Dividing by 2 3/4 is the same as dividing by 11/4, right? And when you divide by 11/4, you have to flip and multiply, right? So, yeah, if I have x divided by 11/4, then what I really have is that I flip and I multiply 4/11. That makes sense? That's why I like to throw it in a fraction form, because when it's x opposite, I just go like this. X opposite, flip. Flip it. You'll notice that in math, we flip a lot, right? We flip it a lot, right? Flip it, smack it. All those things, always, always flipping. Okay? Always making things opposite. All sorts of things. So we just get used to the rule that we got to follow. Okay? And just to see that that's the homework assignment right there.